Hello and welcome back to another episode of this Minecraft Let's Play series. Now, in the previous episode, I built a factory to make wool, honey blocks and honeycomb in the industrial side of my base. Now, in between the making of this episode and the release of the previous episode, Mojang have released a couple new updates, the most recent one being one to improve the ambiance and atmosphere of existing biomes like the desert and plains and stuff by adding bushes and new flowers and leaves and stuff. So they have clearly decided to go in a more floral route, with nature and all of that. So I'm going to do something completely different, and I'm going to continue to work on the industrial sector. And for that, I am going to need some redstone supplies. So what am I going to need? Well, I'm clearly going to need redstone blocks and redstone dust. Clearly some observers that I've crafted up. Same with these droppers and dispensers. Hoppers, I will clearly need these. What else will I need? Slime, obviously. Now I have all the materials I will need for this. Now I don't know if I will need any more materials for anything. So I'm just gonna keep this box here. Just in case. So first, I will need to get rid of all the useless stuff. And that means I will need to get rid of the cows and the sheep, because I have the wool farm over there and I don't really care about cows, so I will have to, do this, I guess. And there we go, now all the useless animals are disposed of, and now I can continue to remove all the worthless nonsense. And there we go, now I have now I removed all of the plants and the farms and all of that. Now I just have to remove this one. Now you might think, why do you have to remove this one? This one seems fine, it's automated, it's nice, but it's a bit in the way. Plus, I can make it better and bigger and all of that stuff. Now, it has definitely worked, but, it's very slow, so I'm just gonna remove this. Now, I don't know which farm I'm gonna start with, so I guess I will start with, where is it? Cactus farms. Why? Well, they seem very simple. Now, cactus farms, previous... Oh, right, I need sand. Well, I can explain this while I'm going back to the base. Now, previously, cactus farms was just a three-dimensional cube filled with cactuses and fences over the cactuses, but slightly to the side, to break the cactus. But in the latest update, cactus flowers have a chance to grow instead of a cactus. But that means that the cactus cannot continue to grow upwards. And the cactus flower does not get destroyed by being next to another block. So you cannot have that three-dimensional cube anymore. You have to have a line of cactus and then some type of piston to break all of the cactus flowers once in a while with some type of hopper clock or just any redstone clock. Hello, now I'm just popping in to say that none of that was necessary, at least none of the redstone, because for some reason the cactus flowers weren't growing. I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with the roof, maybe the roof has something to do with it, I don't know. Also, I'm changing my YouTube name and possibly making a new Minecraft Let's Play series. I honestly don't know where to put this, so I'm just gonna put this here. This seems like a good amount of glass, and then some... I'm just gonna grab this box. And then let's start the construction. Now, I'm gonna have glass over here, like this. So I cannot put the cactuses on this this close, so I will have to put the cactus over here, like this. Now, I don't want to have too much recording. I don't want to have a huge file filled with mostly nothing. So I'm just gonna... And there you have it. Now I've made the cactus farm, and man, this took a lot longer than I expected. First of all, I did not have that much smooth stone. I basically had none, so I needed to make a pretty sizable quarry just to get enough stone to then smelt it up to make all of this smooth stone. Then I also needed to build the thing, and I needed to wait for all of these cactuses, all this cacti to grow. And with that particular piece, it took so long that I actually went back to the base to look if I actually removed the miniature cactus farm thing that I made earlier, and I did not, so I just grabbed a cactus from that and put it over there. Now, how it works is very simple. It grows and then it falls down and... Wait. What? Oh, that's why it's not working. I see. But now, it is time for me to build a pumpkin and melon farm. So, I'm thinking that I should build it here to sort of cover up all of the ugly redstone. So I'm gonna do that. And just like this farm, I'm gonna have glass, and then I'm going to have the actual farm things behind. Also, I forgot to mention why I added this water elevator thing. Well, the reason why is I might want to add like a central storage system for all of the items generated by all of the farms, and I thought that I would put it up on the hill and stuff. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have 2 pieces of dirt, and then 2 pieces of dirt, and then a piece of water in the center. So dirt, dirt, water, dirt, dirt. And then I will have farmland over here. Then I will have the melon seeds, and then they will eventually grow up, and then they will have to grow either... No, they will only be able to grow here or here, depending on which plant it is, because I will have a wall here in the back, and then I will have an observer here, and then a piston next to them to push the actual plant. Except no, this is in the wrong spot. It should actually be 1 block back. And there you have it. Now this farm is fully completed. So now let's make the pumpkin side. So let's just make this long thing. Then let's remove all of this dirt that is in the way. And then let's make the frame. Fill it in with glass. Dig out the trench where the water will later be. Add in all of the dirt. Adding in the back wall for all of the pumpkins or melons. Adding in the lights. And then finally adding in all of the redstone components in the back. And there we go. So now I have made the pumpkin farm, and I even added in all the grass. So these two would be symmetrical. Now, I don't know which farm I should make next. I could make some of the very simple farms, like, for example... Yet again, I decided to not explain what I was doing or why I was doing it, so I'm just gonna have to tell you now. So I decided to make a kelp farm behind the cactus farm, and it was made of 5 block high segments that were stacked on top of each other. Now, these segments are basically just sugarcane farms, but instead of sugarcane, it's kelp. And then I was going to use some water to push the kelp into a furnace, but the problem is the kelp gets stuck on top of the ice. And due to the stacking feature, it can severely impact the farm's efficiency. Now, you might be asking me, what did I do to combat this inefficiency? And the answer is nothing. So now that I've made all of these farms, it is time for me to work on the next one. Now, what will be the next farm exactly? Well, I'm thinking like bamboo or something. So I want to have glass around the bamboo, obviously. Now I don't know, should I have it so it's right up against the redstone, or should I have like a single block of leeway so I can at least more easily look around? I'm gonna go for a block of leeway. So how this will work is it's basically just like a much taller version of a regular sugarcane farm where the observer's all the way up there and then sends down the signal. Now, I only know of a couple ways to send a signal down. Now, the easiest one, in my opinion, is to have walls. Yes, like walls. And then you put a block over them, and then they update, but they instantly update, so they send the signal all the way down and stuff. Man, this system is really inefficient. Like, really inefficient. Like, yes, it looks cool, but it doesn't really work that well. It's almost this system is so bad it almost makes me want to make another kelp farm, but like a much bigger one, and put it like over here, and then send the kelp here. So we have this kelp farm, which is here, but it's mostly just for show, and then I have the real, like, gigantic kelp farm to actually produce most of the kelp. Yeah, I might actually do that. That actually that does not sound like that bad of an idea. It doesn't even sound like a bad idea. It sounds pretty good, actually. So, now the farm is actually completely finished. This needs to just grow up here, and then this will activate. And then it does that, and then when I do that, then it works. But I also need to add the minecart underneath to pick up all of the blocks. So now let's add in the hopper minecart. So the hopper minecart will be it will go here underneath all of the stuff. Now I've used this a million times before in this design. So I have this, I have this, I put this here, that, then I need to have this autocrafter here because it's autocrafter into autocrafter. But it does not, I can also use a hopper if I need more space. Then I need to use some type of system to get the redstone over there. So this is the redstone for this area, all completed. So now I need to just dig out this area, because this area's really quite small and I need it to be bigger. So the next one can't be here, so it will have to be here with the glass. Which means that I might not even be able to fit 3, I might just have to have 2. But I guess now I just need to add the final little bits of minecart and stuff. And then this farm will be completely completed. Now let's add the rail cart thing. Now let's take the comparator. Let's put that over there. Fill that up completely. Then it's 1 block, and then it's that block. This is also not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a slab. So this needs to be here. And then this needs to go here and then up there. And then I need a hopper over here. And there we go. And then I put this there, and then it fills up. And then eventually it will turn into planks over here. So now I have made all of these farms. Now it is time for me to make the gigantic cube of kelp collection. So first I must just put away all of these items because I need to demolish that mess. Now if I lose this scaffolding, I will be very upset. And then I need to climb up. Then I just need to start demolishing this thing. But I am going to leave a single block up here. Now the reason why I decide to leave a singular block left is because I want to know how tall the new kelp box is supposed to be. So now I guess it's time for me to work on a big kelp farm. And just like all of the things so far, it will be of my own design. So if we say that the center is water, which I do, then I have 3 blocks on each side, then redstone. And then 3 blocks, then water, then 3 blocks, then redstone. So something like this. So it's water, then the 3 blocks, then redstone, then 3 blocks in water, then 3 blocks in redstone. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 22, 23, 24, 25. That is 25. So for each segment, I believe I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks per segment, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 blocks per segment, which is 5 segments, because 25 is 5 times 5. So yeah, that will actually be pretty good. That's actually awfully convenient and stuff. So now I must just dig out this and put all the dirt in some chests. So now I will replace this ground with smooth stone, because that is what I use to that's what I like to place my machines on. It feels a lot more clean to use smooth stone rather than something else. There we go. So now this is completely filled with smooth stone. So now let's build the actual machinery. Okay, anyways, let's continue to build this. So I need dirt. So let's place the dirt. The dirt's supposed to be placed like over here. Now I will have glass on these sides, so it will be a bit wider than a perfect cube, but I don't really care that much. Well, I would prefer it if it was a perfect cube, but I can't really change it that much. It's still not guaranteed that this will be the last episode, but it's also not guaranteed that it isn't. And there we go. So now all I need to do is to add in the water and the kelp, and then a fifth of the cube will be basically completed. But to do that, I need to decide, should I use stained glass, regular glass, or smooth stone? So now it's time for me to make a decision, and I have decided to use stained glass. I didn't mention this when I was recording, but I was checking to see if the light blue or cyan glass was better for the project. Okay, I've decided on light blue glass, which makes the crafting of this much cyan glass completely unnecessary. And there we go. So now I've added in all of the kelp. So now this farm is already 50% fast. Wait, no, it's not 50% faster than that. Counted. No, it's slightly slower than the existing design, but it will be stacked on top of itself 3 times, so it will be 9 segments, and not the amount of segments that it is currently. And then I will pump all of that kelp into here, and then everything will work. So now let's build the rest of the kelp farm. And there we go. So now I've made this big kelp cube machine thing, and I have also sorted the chest monster that was over there, and over here, and I sorted in all the stuff that I needed into these 3 shulker boxes. So now, the thing I have to do now is I have to dig a water stream from here all the way to over here. Now hopefully this is the same height as that. Now I have no idea how I should make the water stream go where it needs to go, so I'm just going to guess. And there we go. So now the kelp is connected to this big thing, and now I just need to add some more smelters and stuff. And now I have returned, and I brought some smokers with me. Now, I don't know how to make the new system work, because the old system that looks like this, it works by whenever this fills up, then this starts to fill up, and that goes in here. So, let's say that the system will not have any redstone detection things. It will work by overflowing, so all of the dried kelp will go down, then go up again, and then overflow. So it'll go to this. Now, so far, I have not added any system to make sure that all of the kelp blocks are going into any storage, because there is no storage. They will just slowly end up over here, and at the end I will just have another little hopper, and then it will just shoot into the storage system. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go work on the sorting system, and when I'm back I will check if this has started smelting in some more smokers, because if it has not, then I will probably need to redesign this thing massively. So I'm thinking this should be where I have the sorting system, because it's generally central, and it's, well, yeah, that's mostly it, and it's, a piece of flat ground. So what should I have? I will have the pumpkin and the pumpkin and melon, or no, pumpkin and melon, the kelp, the dried kelp, which the smelter's like there, the bamboo wood, honeycomb and honey blocks of honey, and wool, all the types of wool. So how many types are there? There are 16 types of wool, and also how many other things do I have to make? Okay, so the bone meal, the glow lichen, the sweet berries, so that's 28 chests. So now this is the layout of the sorting system. Now the reason why these gaps are here is because this is where the ice will be. Now technically you can make some type of system to avoid these gaps, so you either have a chest and then the item gets thrown, so it's sort of on this block and sort of on that block, but so it can then get pushed by water, or you do the same thing but with honey. So now I'm first just going to place this little hopper thing over here. I believe it's something like this. Then I think it's T. Yep, it's a T over here, and then there's that. And yeah, it's this. It's not that complicated. And there we go. So now I have added all of... Wait a second. Oh gosh. I am a bit stupid, honestly. I forgot that this is not usually supposed to be a chest. I'm supposed to put like a regular block to then have item frames. Goodness gracious me. And there we go. So now I've elevated this, but when I was making this, I realized I don't have enough chests. I have 32 lines of chests, but I needed more, so I added about 16 more lines of chests, which makes 48, I believe, which will hopefully be enough, because these 16 are just for wool, and then this will be for other stuff and blah blah blah. So now I should probably add the water thing and stuff. So let's do that. Now this will be pretty easy because it's just a loop of water with a entrance point where the water will enter in from. And that entrance point is, well, it can be at any side. It doesn't really matter because it will go in a loop. 8, 9, and 10. And there we go. So now this is completely finished. Basically, I don't know if I will add in like decorations or anything, but in practice it is completely finished. Now, what I need to do is I need to add categories for each of these items, and then I need to block the others off with like any old item. Probably more of this renamed dirt or something. Should have probably made a little bit extra, just in case. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one, well, maybe not one of each, but a stack of each type of wool. So I will grab blue, red, purple, yellow. So now I have all the wool colors, so let's put it in here. Now, before I do that, I need to figure out in what order all of the wool should be in. And there we go. So now I've added all of these colors. Now, unfortunately, I could not use the like old apple rainbow with the red and the like purple magenta touching, because there are more than just the basic rainbow colors, like there's pink and gray and stuff. So I couldn't use that, so I used the official like creative mode inventory design. So now, what should I put next to the wool? Or should I just have this entire wall be the wool section? One for you. They added the new moss type. I need to go and find that. I need to go and find the new type of moss. Oh, ooh, and I can probably also make some type of creaking. I need to go exploring. I need to go and grab my elytra actually. Now let's go find some new chunks with the new creaking blah blah blah. So let's go. Now what direction should I fly in? Well, I've flown in all of these directions basically. So let's go diagonally in this direction, I guess. While I'm out here, I can probably also collect all of the new update stuff. Like more of these wildflowers. Lovely. Oh my goodness, I just realized something. I should have used an ender pearl stasis chamber teleportation thing, and then I should have put that and then flown away, because then I could just instantly teleport myself back to my base, because I don't know how far this will be. So now, I just saw a pale garden just now, but I wasn't recording because I thought, well, there's no point of me recording this because I won't find anything of value, and if I do, it will not be like a pale garden or something. So I wasn't recording, and then I stumbled upon a pale garden. Just look at that. But at least I have now found it, so let's collect things. So what do this biome even have? Okay, no, those are just regular leaves. Do I have to use shears? Okay, do I get 2 if I do that? No, I get 1. Yeah, and the leaves, you can't forget about the leaves. Now I just need to wait for it to become night, or can just, look in trees to try to find the creaking heart, because I want to make some type of automatic farm to make to get resin. And there you are, buckaroo. Gonna get some resin from you, buddy. Now, do I get this if I break it with Silk Touch? Or do I have to use... There we go, so now I have the creaking heart and some resin clumps, so now I have enough for a little resin machine factory thing. So now I have found the main reason why I went out here, but there's still one more thing left to do, and that is to find like a desert or a badlands / mesa. And there we go. So now I'm back and I have all the things. Now, unfortunately, I still don't have the dead bush or the tall dead bush. Or no, it's dead grass. The tall and short dead grass. I don't have any of those, so I will need to go on another expedition. But before I do that, I want to first just put all of the stuff into a chest somewhere, and I need to fix my elytra. And there we go. So now this is completely filled up, so now I need to do a couple of things before I can embark on my next journey to find some dead grass. Now, something I have been meaning to do for a long time, and something that I have wanted to do for basically this entire episode, but I haven't had the resources, is I have wanted to add a nether portal over here for easy access, so I can just spawn in here and then I will, well, be here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now this specific placement might be a bit temporary, doesn't really matter. Let's just hope that it links up to a new nether portal and not the one of the ones I already have. No, it's a new placement. So now that is one nether portal down. Now there's a separate thing I have been wanting to do. I mentioned that I wanted to make a an ender pearl stasis chamber thing. So, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Wait a minute. I just realized something. I can use this nether portal for the ender pearl stasis chamber, because you need a nether portal and stuff. So I'm just gonna use this instead of making another one. Hello, now I forgot to mention this when I was recording, but I also need 4 more nether portals for the ender pearl stasis chamber to actually work. Now, technically, I only need 1 more nether portal, but having 4 is a whole lot more convenient. Now, hopefully the nether portals are far away enough. I'm pretty sure they are. Now, I need to add the little ender pearl stasis thingamabob. So let's just get some nice blocks. Dig about 5 blocks down. Actually 6, and then add the soul sand, and then I need to add that. So now let's throw this, and there we go. So now I've made the ender pearl stasis chamber. Now you might be wondering, how does this ender pearl stasis chamber actually work? Well, it's really simple. All you need to do is you need to just have all you need is to have a fishing rod, then you use it, and then you teleport back to your base. Now, that might not have been the question. The real question might have been, what does all of this redstone do? Well, nothing really. All of this redstone is just here to make it look more impressive. It's actually very simple. Hello, now I'm sorry to do this so soon, but I have no good transitions to the next segment. You might be noticing that I'm going a bit insane, and is that... Yes! And both of them! I found both! Now I can get this flower, which is just great, and then I can get this bush. And now let's go back home. And now I finally have these. So now that I have my tall, dry grass, I can finally work on all of the bone meal farms. Now I will actually build all of the bone meal farms before I build the actual bone meal generator. Because that's what I've decided to do. So now that I have the dry grass, it is time for me to work on all of the bone meal farms. Now, I have decided to put all of the bone meal farms over here. Why? Well, it's because this is a big empty space, so it's a perfect place to put all of the farms. So let's start with the most basic ones, which are the ones for the flowers. So I got these 4 flowers. I got this one, this one, this one, this one. And they're going to be placed here because of the sunflower, which needs to be facing that direction. Well, it doesn't need to be, but it just looks nicer. And I'm thinking I should put it in this corner. What I'm thinking is I'm going to have a water line that's going to transport all of the bone meal, because I'm gonna have the bone meal farm somewhere, maybe here, maybe here, maybe there, I don't know. But and then I will have a water stream going to all the different bone meal farms. So I need to figure out where I should put the water stream for this particular set of farms. And there we go. So now I have added all of the tall flowers here. Now I was trying to add the short flowers here as well, but there wasn't enough space on this side to add them. There's barely even enough space to add the tall flowers. So where should I add the short flowers? Okay, I need to line up all the things that I have left. So I have short flowers, I have the firefly bush, the regular bush, the grass, this, I guess, lichen. Okay, so I don't have that much stuff left. Okay, I am back, and after some very simple testing, I realized you can't get dried grass or bushes by breaking them, because for that to work you have to be able to break it without a silk touch thing or a shear. So that means that the thing I wasted, the reason why I made all of the nether portals and the that thing is just worthless, basically, because I can't mass produce it. Well, I guess it's not that big of a loss, because I did not really need it in the first place. So now this is the part where I would edit in some clips of me building the moss farm, but unfortunately, as you can see, or more accurately here, I'm not saying anything in the recording, so I've been forced to cut this one out. I need to check on the kelp to see if it has actually filled up, or if I need to make a better smelter design. Okay, so it has filled up a bit, but it's clear that this design is not good at all, because, well, it's just not so. I will have to make a new design, and I will also need to build it. Now, because I'm so tired, I can't even, I'm not tired, well, I'm partially tired, but I'm not just tired, it's also because of the warmth, so I will just snap my fingers, and then the new design will be built. And there we go. So now I have replaced this, I don't know, what should I call it, a dried kelp block factory. I also connected all of the farms with the redstone wire and these water tubes. I honestly don't remember if I said I was going to do that, but I did it. And boy, is it scuffed. Just look at this. And this. And this and this and this. And it's all powered by this. At least all of the bone meal farms are powered by this. And this is a bone meal farm made by Hexatron. At least I believe it was made by Hexatron. The video also has a different name that is said to make this in the title. So I don't know who actually made this, but I will link the video that I used to make this in the description. So yeah, I can't really do more than that. So now let's turn everything on, and let's hope that nothing will break. And there I have it, all of my machines working and producing the things that it's supposed to produce. Oh, that's a bit of a problem that I will not fix. So there you have it. I built the farms, I made the things, I can't think because it's so freaking hot, and I'm going to go play Satisfactory.